Hi, it's Jay here with a video for you. It is the hashtag What Made Me Do It tag by Dragonfly Dilly. This one is also from a couple months ago, but I wanted to participate, so here I am doing it now. The nail polish I have on today is Bluebird Lacquer's Best of Cluck. It's like a pink pearlescent multi-chrome. This looks so cool in the sunshine. If you have your hand like half in sun, half out of it, there's just so many different like colors, and the shifting is like one of the most intense shifts that I've seen in any polish. My scent of the day is Nocturne Alchemy's Coconut Cream Ice Cream. So the notes on this perfume are coconut pulp, coconut cream, coconut milk, coconut butter, caramel, French vanilla, vanilla milk, vanilla orchid, vanilla sugar. So, okay. I can't like pretend that I like this. Sorry. Okay. I don't think I really like this. So it's fine. It's like, I don't have any other coconut scents in my collection. I like having one, but it's kind of like a fakey plastic vanilla to me. So this might not be staying in my collection permanently. Bye-bye. Rating of 5 out of 10. So the first tag is Tarottube Made Me Do It. And for that, I chose Little Bird Tarot, made by our beloved Shanna D. And I chose this deck as Tarottube Made Me Do It because if it weren't for Tarottube, I don't know that I would have been able to find this on my own. I love that one of our very own Tarottubers made this deck. I think that she did such a beautiful job connecting the illustrations with the meanings. The true heart of this deck lies in the guidebook, and one of the things that I love about it is when she called it the field guide, and so some of the entries have like a little field guide, like questions and things that you can explore. Her description, they get to the heart of the card and the heart of the bird. And so for that, I love this deck. Number 2, My Heart Made Me Do It. I chose the Heart Align Affirmations Oracle. Now, part of it is because it has heart in the name, but also this is probably my most hugged deck, if you will. So oh my God, the holographic like detailing on the back, and then the spot gloss iridescent on the front. You knew I was gonna love this. And the holographic gilding on the edges. The affirmations that Kim chose for this oracle are not your typical love and light type affirmations. Yes, they're mostly upbeat and positive, but there are things in here that really like lean into the shadow and like help bring you out of that, if that's what you need. And so this deck speaks to my heart, and it's got the heart gloss that when you read the affirmation, you're supposed to like hold it down and like really absorb the message. And I think that this is a heart deck through and through. The next one is My Head Made Me Do It, and you already know it's the Spirit Keepers Tarot. So I've spoken a little bit about my feelings on this deck, how it's mostly just a study deck for me. It's something that I have not really taken the time to learn yet. And so when I bought this deck, I knew that was going to be the case, and I purchased it in order to have a study deck. So it was intentional. It was an intentional head deck, not a heart deck. And I'm okay with that. I think that the images are so thoughtfully created with like every single linen that she chose for each of the illustrations has meaning. And so you could pick out 100 things in every card and still not be done like looking at all the symbolism that Benabel put into the cards. And so I think that it's a really heady deck. And so this is the deck that my head made me do. The next prompt is the title made me do it, and for that, I chose the Tree Keeper's Oracle. Less that the title made me do it, and more so that the illustrator made me do it. So like, I kind of thought of this prompt as like, what book did you judge by its cover based on the name? And I bought this deck because Stephanie Law was the illustrator for it. And I don't regret that for a minute. I spent a lot of time with Spirit Keepers Tarot, probably like a year having that be my main deck that I would read with, probably around 2018. And I love Stephanie Law's artwork. I think that nobody can get into the details, into the weeds as much as she can, and she does it in a beautiful way. And so you better believe that when I saw she was coming out, well, that she was illustrating an oracle, I was first in line to buy. And same with Verdance Tarot. As soon as I saw the pre-order go up for Verdance Tarot, I was buying it. So I can't wait for that to arrive and pair it with this oracle. The artwork made me do it. Dream Dust Shamanic Tarot. I don't know what to say about this deck because it's so abstract, and that's the reason I love it and bought it. But it's almost like a brain scrambler. Like you look at these images and your brain really has to take time to process what could be happening. And I love the artwork for that. It's such a meditative experience to deep dive into each card. And I just love the artwork. I love the color. I love the little descriptions at the bottom of the deck. And, you know, I love that holographic gold gilding. But the reason I bought this deck is for the artwork. The hype made me do it. We all know that the Three Trees Tarot decks are extremely hyped, and for good reason. I have shared my slight difficulty with connecting with this artwork on like a deeper level, and for that reason I will be focusing on this deck into the fall and seeing if it's going to be able to maintain its place in my collection. But the hype surrounding Three Trees Tarot and all the different beautiful woodlandy decks that they create made me purchase this deck. At this point, I'm wondering whether I would have resonated more with Heartwood. Is that what it's called? The names always get me on these decks. Heartwood Tarot, Dreamwood. The one with the mouse in the house, okay? So if after the fall I still can't get down with this deck, I might consider trying to find a secondhand version of Heartwood and see how that compares to my experience with this deck. But this is a TBD on where it remains in my collection. The dark side made me do it. Julie from Peekaboo Rose convinced me that I needed a rage deck. And then Marlena Teresa convinced me that it was going to be Mars Power. And they were both right. Like, as somebody who likes having different decks to perform different functions, this is an excellent rage deck. And the imagery is just like so strange. And like if you're in a mood and you need a rage deck, this is it. Plus I love that I got the holographic version. My inner child made me do it. That's gonna be the Kittenchops Tarot. So this is the only majors only deck that I have. And that's because I haven't found really the appeal of a majors only deck. And if somebody knows, let me know. I'm sorry, why? But, you know, it's Kittenchops artwork, and I'm gonna buy whatever she puts out. If she sold dog food and her artwork was on the label, I would buy it. So my inner child made me do it because my inner child loves Kittenchops artwork, and my inner child just needed to complete my collection of her decks. So impulse made me do it. I saw this deck on Shanna's Instagram, and I've never run to the checkout button faster than that. I put it in my cart, saw that there were 9 decks left, and it was in like however many carts, and I was like, oh no, we're not gonna play this one. We are just purchasing this and think later. I'm so happy that I did. That was one of the best impulse purchases that I've ever made. And this deck and I are going to be good friends for a very, very long time. The last prompt is a dealer's choice. So you can choose any category that made you do it and tell the reason why. And for that, I chose Tradition Made Me Do It. And the deck that Tradition made me do is your good old Rider-Waite. I have this one edition of standard Rider-Waite. I think I have this. I have Winter-Waite by Tarot Collectibles and maybe one other RWS, but I try to keep my straight up like clone collection pretty small, and that's because I have everything that I need RWS from this deck that I don't need to have multiple editions of it. This is the original Pam A artwork. It's on NPC cardstock, which is one of my favorites, and Conrad Stein so graciously offered to put one up with gold gilding on it for me because this is my dream deck RWS. It's everything that I need. I don't need 1,000 copies of this. I've had multiple other iterations. I don't yearn for them. This is my tried and true RWS. That's my What Made Me Do It tag. I'm so happy to finally be able to participate in these tags. I've just been watching from the sidelines for so long, and I'm getting so much joy out of like really flipping through all these decks with you, and I hope that you join me for more. All right, I'll talk to you later. Signing off. Bye.